Hi there, my name is Ariana Manzo. I am 18 years old and from Apex, North Carolina. I live with my mom, my younger sister who is 15, and my two dogs, Oogie and Skeeter. I am someone who loves to be creative, whether it's thrifting and changing those items into something my own, or even creating fun homemade gifts for my friends. I do spend most of my free time watching horror movies and crime documentaries, and I love all things scary. My favorite horror movies are Hereditary and It, even though I am completely terrified of clowns. And then another one I would recommend is As Above, So Below. One documentary I would recommend to people who are into the same things I am is a crime documentary called Abducted in Plain Sight, and you can find that on Netflix. Following my love of being scared and all things scary, I actually do even have a seasonal job working as a scare actor at a haunted farm located in Cary, North Carolina. So I became infatuated with UNCW when I was in the 8th grade. My class was assigned a project in which I had to research different colleges and choose our first pick. This project opened my eyes to the absolutely beautiful campus, many programs, and community here at UNCW. From that moment on, it became my first pick through college and even followed me all the way through high school. I was and still am enthralled with the community and people here at UNCW, and I truly could not be happier with attending college here and working towards a degree. That being said, I am currently undecided in my major, but I have many interests stemmed by my love for crime shows in the field of psychology, criminology, and also studying forensics. In college, I would love to further expand my knowledge of these fields and pursue a degree in them. From this class, I hope to learn more about UNCW, its history, good study tips, how to adjust to the college life as a freshman, and become more involved with the community here. Family to me is really the love and feeling of comfort that you get from an individual, which I think a lot of people can relate to. And because of this, I consider many of my friends to be family as well. I'm even rooming with a friend I've been close with since the 9th grade and consider her to be the sister I've always wanted. That's her. In saying that, I'm also looking forward to making many new friendships here, hopefully lifelong ones. So the biggest struggle I faced in life and currently fight with is that when I was 9 months old, I was actually diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. An autoimmune disease is the process of your immune system attacking itself, henceforth creating many further health issues. When I was 9 months old, I did go see a doctor, and the diagnosis came back as psoriasis, which is very similar to eczema. Essentially, my body thinks I have wounds and will try to heal them by forming scabs, similar to when somebody else scrapes their knee and, it kind of forms a scab to heal that. That's what my body does, even though I don't have those wounds. I've fought with it my whole life, but when I was 9 years old, it truly became the worst it had ever had. So I was covered like head to toe with these itchy, bright red scabs, and when I say head to toe, I quite literally mean head to toe. It was in the corners of my eyes, all through my scalp, my legs, feet, like everywhere you could imagine. I quite literally looked like I had the chicken pox, just, itchier and looking more like scabs. Medications no longer began to work in my favor, so the ones that I was previously on stopped working for me. And then, it kind of came to a head when my mom noticed that I had the psoriasis on my nails, which would show up in like pits. It would look like pits on my nails, like the nail was damaged, things like that. And I was no longer to open water bottles, which was super strange. So she went ahead and she did some research, and it became apparent from her research that I had arthritis. Now, this can sometimes happen with children who have psoriasis from a young age. So we immediately went to see a specialist, different from my normal doctor, and they did confirm that I did have the rheumatoid arthritis as well as the ongoing psoriasis, and they set up a treatment plan for me, which involved every child's worst nightmare, needles. My mom actually learned how to administer the medications at home, and it was truly a struggle every time for me. She was completely fine with it, of course, but as a 9-year-old, the medication burned going into my skin, like similar to boiling water. So I would quite literally just like sit on the counter and cry because I was terrified of it. And, but it was like really like a miracle. Like it completely cleared up my skin. I had little to no joint pain every day. And to this day, I'm still on this medication. But unfortunately, at this point in my life, I'm too old to grow out of it, so I'll continue fighting with it for the rest of my life. And I have grown a lot from the 9-year-old I was. I now am still super terrified of needles for whatever reason. It's just that mental block. But I actually self-administer my medication bi-weekly and even do it here in my dorm. It's totally easy. It's just really similar to like an EpiPen. And I've learned to adapt and overcome the pain I may face on a day-to-day basis, as well as refusing to let my disease hold me back from fun things I might not have been able to do. That being said, with the current state of our nation and COVID-19, it is quite scary for someone like myself, because having this disease means I'm at an elevated risk of contracting the virus, and it would hit me much harder than your typical 18-year-old girl. It would probably hit me like it has some of the older generation, so I can never be like too safe. So I always wear my mask in public, I'm frequently washing my hands, and I carry hand sanitizer with me at all times. My hopes are that in the near future there will be a vaccination, or we will be able to safely flatten the curve and kind of return to the new normal of life. My main hope though for COVID and college is that we'll be able to stay on campus. A lot of colleges are getting sent home, and that's really discouraging to see, because I'd love to stay here on this, beautiful campus and community and continue my knowledge here. I want to continue with classes, and then mainly just keep our community here safe more than anything else. So that's about it. Again, I'm Ariana, and thank you guys so much for listening.